Good afternoon, everybody. Got Andy with the billiards camera here coming at you from Doc Penny's. Got another fun matchup this evening. Got a Masters race set between Ian Parrish and Brady Ward. Typical Masters race is done with 8-ball and 9-ball. They will be playing 8-ball and 10-ball today. They are, I can't recall which sets the race is inside those sets, but they're doing best of 3. So, appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure to like, share, and follow us on Facebook and on YouTube. We'll be uploading these to YouTube after we go through and take a look at the video and make sure everything's good. If you have the ability and have the interest, we're always looking to upgrade and provide a better quality product. So if you have the ability and the means, feel free to make a donation to the billiards camera. You can find out, like I said, find us on YouTube and Facebook. Facebook has the information on the billiards camera page for Cash App and Venmo. If you don't have the opportunity to look those up, you can look up that Andy Moss on both Venmo and Cash App. Again, any donations are appreciated. It all goes towards the equipment to provide you a better product. So, appreciate any of that. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you liking and sharing everything. So, we are about to get underway. We'll have Mike Moss joining us shortly on the mic to add some additional commentary. Make sure and send us some comments. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know if there's any audio or video issues. We appreciate that input as well. So, getting ready to get started here. Looks like we will have 10-ball for the first set. And I believe Ian is breaking first. Nice break there, spreading everything out. Pocketed the 9 on the break. Doesn't really have a easy shot on the 1-ball, so we'll see how he's feeling about that, what he's going to do. Hello, Mike. How are you, sir?
Things are peachy.
Good. Good to hear it.
Congratulations on your wins today, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate Jason wanting to play. Had a great time. He shot very well. He has kind of stepped away from pool a little bit, enjoying a family life. But as he's getting back in, he asked if I would play him a set or two. I was very appreciative of that, but he shot very well today. So looks like Ian may have tried a little bit of defense. Don't know that it worked out the way that he wanted to. See what Brady feels about this.
Sorry, I'm late for the show here, sir. Don't know if you had a chance to kind of explain to people what these Masters races are.
I went over it very briefly. I'll let you go ahead and elaborate a little bit more. I explained that normally it would be sets of 9-ball and 8-ball, but they were changing it up and going to do 8-ball and 10-ball today.
Race to 7. The lag depends. Not the lag depends, but the lag sets up. Whoever wins the lag can choose to break, or they can choose the game to start with. And then, of course, the other person would break. So It chose, I don't even know who broke here, but
Ian broke.
Ian broke. Ian won the flip and chose to take the break, so Brady racked 10 ball. So we are going to be playing 8 games of 10 ball first. If we get to an 11th game in this set, then it will switch over to A ball.
Okay.
And it will finish the set in A ball. So it's first player to win 10 games. And when you start with either 9 or 10 ball today, it's possible you may not even see any 8 ball. But we don't expect that. We expect this to be a very competitive match all the way down the line. I think pretty standard 10 ball rules apply today. The main thing that is the difference between 9 ball and 10 ball is 10 ball is call ball and pocket. No slop shots allowed, and they have added something a little different for 10 ball. 10 ball must be the last ball pocketed to win the game. So you can combo a 2-10 in early if you would like, but all the 10 ball does is spot and you continue to shoot. So no early 10s for the win, but you can use it to continue your turn.
Okay, very nice. That is not a format that I have played before, but I could understand people enjoying that to extend things out a little bit. Keeps you from having ball in hand on an easy 1-10 combo. Makes things a little bit more legitimate, if you will, a little more interesting.
It really sets up nice. I kind of like the rule. One of the reasons we get away from slop, we call 9 sometimes when we play 9 ball and stuff like that. So this really probably shows you who the best player is, because there's not an early win somewhere. Looks like he's going to have to come off this rail just past the side pocket. I don't know if he can catch the 3, so he's coming off the rail with a little bit of right English. He was able to get it all.
Very good hit. Not the outcome he wanted, but very good hit nonetheless. He was just barely hidden behind the 6 ball there.
That was just maybe a mini masse instead of playing the rail, and I think he may have turned it just a hair too much.
Minnie Massey, of course, is the cousin of Minnie Mouse. Yeah, I know it's starting already.
Yes. Here we go. Well, I'm grateful. I don't want to talk pool for 3 hours
Right.
straight.
Got to throw in a little comedic commentary from time to time.
Well, attempted comedic
Yes.
commentary.
Nice safety attempt there.
A little tap of the cue from Brady, acknowledging a nice defensive play. Looks like I think he can hit the 5, of course, or the 4, but
it's definitely not an easy shot to drop.
no. I don't think there's a pocket to be made, so defense, cue ball over here behind the 10 maybe. Good try.
Didn't leave him a gimme. Nice thin cut on the 4 or the bank. I would think that the thin cut on the 4 would be most beneficial to get you shape on the 5.
Or how about a defense?
Yeah. I think that was a 2-way.
Yeah. Make the bank, of course, you have the shot on the 5. Another rule in 10 ball, for those of you that don't play so much, 10 ball is being a call ball and pocket game. You can only call 1 ball. You can't call the 5 and the 10 maybe. You can only choose 1 ball to call per shot. And if you do pocket a ball in a pocket that you did not call, your opponent has the option to either shoot it or give it back as it lies.
We call that the Highlander rule. There can be only one.
Nice. I'm gonna have to pull out our list, sir. I've been writing our list down.
You like the Highlander rule? You think that'll be added?
I do, because we never know what to call it.
That's true.
We call it the 10-ball rule, 10-ball push-out rule, but short rail kick, not easy to do.
Good attempt at it. Tied it up nicely. I think it will sneak past the 6 if he wants to run it all the way up table, but this may be a good opportunity for defense. Just get it out of there, hide the cue ball behind the 6. We'll see what he's feeling.
Touchy little shot here. Hit it well. Obviously not afraid of the corner pocket there, but hit it a little too hard. I think maybe the play would have been have the cue ball by the 10 and bank the 4 ball off this right head rail, stop the cue ball. A little easier shot. But if he can sneak this 4 ball in the side pocket here, it's natural shape for the 5, and it's kind of an out. Should be. I mean, I watched you play earlier today. You'd be out here. I just rack the balls at this point.
Yeah, I disagree with that, but I appreciate that. It was a smart play. It was a difficult play. When you're going for those side pockets, you know, he did good. He got great shape on the 5, but hitting it that hard, you're more likely to rattle it on those sides. But good attempt nonetheless.
We have our first hello on our Facebook comments. Mitzi and Greg Garrett.
Well,
Say hello.
Good evening, folks. Thanks for joining us. Worked out nicely.
Could have been great. Could have been ugly. Could have been a lot of things there, but
Easily
turned out okay. Mikey Wilt watching as well. See you, Mikey.
Yeah, Mike, thanks for tuning in. Hadn't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well.
Expecting some new names on our viewership today as this matchup, they play out of Little Rock and are part of the famed Jesters team, of course, that plays in APA. They've been to Vegas many, many times as a team, and these two are teammates on the Jesters. So I know a lot of their past, previous, and current teammates are probably watching just to see who is the better Jester today.
The Jester King.
Jester King. That title is probably reserved for our friend Brian Wood.
That's true, but he's not here, so we can have a interim king in his absence.
Defense here. Of course, you can see the 8, but you're going to leave a difficult shot. But these are the kind of shots I like as a player.
I disagree. That cue ball is on the rail, and I know how much you hate that. I've left you on the rail many times in the Scotch doubles format.
Make it or not, all or nothing shots is what I was referring to, sir.
My apologies. Very good try. Didn't leave him straight on, but left him the combo option. No. 8 ball may go past. He's calling the 8 ball.
But you're not wrong. I still hate rails.
Right. Beautiful, beautiful shot.
So a set of this Masters race, of course, we said it's the first one to win 7 games. And we are doing best of 3 sets today. So if one of the players is up to nothing after 2 sets, we will be done. But the way this is matched up, it's not going to be a surprise to anyone, I don't believe, if we end up going to a 3rd set. And they are talking about Brady's shot there in the side pocket that you referred to that he bobbled.
Yeah, terrible to see it bobble, but he played it right. He had to put enough oomph on it to hold shape for the 5.
We talk pretty much every showdown that we cover here about those side pockets and the tables in general, that we're still learning them, and we have learned that even though these side pockets are wider than we're used to, those corners are rounded rather than sharp. So they tend to reject.
Unforgiving points on these pockets.
So this week I was reminded of a saying, one of our catchphrases that we're so famously known for.
Which one?
It's one that I don't think that you and I have ever used together, but that was a non-compliant break.
Okay, elaborate on the non-compliant break, meaning 4 balls did not touch a rail.
Didn't make a ball. It's another running joke kind of thing.
Okay, gotcha.
Tina Teague and I used to be teammates, and she was my right-hand person. She was right there with me, keeping score, with me, and so we chatted a lot. And she had watched videos about the tournament, and they kept referring to a break as a non-compliant break. Well, they had some sort of rules, so many balls had to get back past the side pockets, and very tough to understand. And the entire time, apparently she thought it was just when a ball wasn't made on a break. So a non-compliant break is a break that you don't make a ball because it didn't. You want to make a ball.
Okay. The break did not comply with your request.
There you go.
Also known as the Dolly Parton break, but
yes,
I like the non-compliant.
So Tina Teague, shout out. Three ball goes. It goes off the 6. So, it goes clean. It goes off the 6. It's just a matter of how much of it he can hit. Being 10 balls, taking away at least half the ball. But I think if he can just get a good hit on this 3 ball, it goes. 5 ball, going by the 7 might be tough. Brady obviously not liking what he sees on an angle of the 3. He's going to choose to jump. Not a bad decision here because any contact with the 3, I believe, makes it. Whether it's a cut, whether it's hit straight into a 6, it's pretty much a dead carom. Off the 6 into the side pocket. The key here is going to be stopping that cue ball somewhere close to where the 3 is now, so he'll have shape on the 4 ball on that top rail. Any contact should make the 3, and it does. Nice shot from Brady.
That was beautiful. I'm going to have to get him to teach me how to do that one.
Cue ball control, very impressive on that shot.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of higher skill level players, that being professionals basically, that not only can jump the cue ball, but still have the ability to control it with follow and draw. And that's just crazy impressive to me.
That 5 ball in the corner pocket may not go. So that's why he's looking at the potential bank here. We got a little bit of roll on him again. Take these guys to a game or two to adjust to the speed. Very quick tables. Championship cloth. been used for less than 2 months, 3 months maybe tops.
Yeah, they're in pristine shape. I mean, they play wonderfully. Like Mike said, it's difficult to get a little lay of the land, read on the cloth before you play, especially from table to table. Most of them play pretty well the same, but every table has its own little intricacies. Nice kick shot there on the 5.
Did call the save, so he wasn't attempting to make anything, just trying to get the hit. We are live from Doc Penny's this evening. Travis is here, ready to sell you a cold beverage or cook you a hot sandwich. We do have tables available tonight, and we will make the same offer we made earlier today. If you come in this evening and tell us you heard this on the Billiards Camera live stream, we will offer you the happy hour price of $5 an hour on the pool tables. Well, that's 2 shots in a row, one from Brady, one from Ian. That speed got to the players and they weren't able to leave exactly where they wanted to be. This angle here, Brady's trying to figure out how to take the cue ball to the head rail, back up to the top rail, come around to be able to give him a shot on the 6. I'm sorry, the 7. You hate to forward this because a lot of times it will come back and hit that 7. So low draw here, back up 2 rails. That's exactly what happens. He got lucky. I mean, he did. He'll admit it.
Yeah, we'll take luck all day long, though.
But I expected to see a draw there.
I think he's a touch straight in here. There's a little bit of an angle, so he might get lucky with a follow with some right English to spin it off the rail to get him shape on the 8. But this does leave him difficult shape for the next shot.
Yeah, he most definitely wanted to be able to get an 8-9 combo for the next shot instead of making the 8 in that top corner pocket. Because any kind of angle you're going to have on that 8 is going to be difficult to keep shape on the 9. So, like he may be forcing this to try to get on the top side of the 8. Obviously executed the shape that he was desiring, but bobbled the 7. Looks like the 7 goes cleat.
Ugh, so unfortunate. When I make those noises, it's not out of disgust. It's just out of
remembrance.
Yeah. Been in that spot many times. I think this is a good call here. Just calling an overall just no hit.
And those last 2 shots were because of how the 8 and 9 were laid out. It was going to be so hard to cut that 8 ball in the top corner pocket without the cue ball coming all the way back down table. You're not going to have any shot on the 9. So the fact that we had a couple misses there, and we had a miss and then a unlucky leave, you're kind of trying to get in position to be able to get out.
Think he can draw off the 8 and get the 9 to...
I don't think the 9 caroms. You're talking about hitting the 8 ball first to make the 9 in the corner. I don't think so. I think
he's just going to go for a defensive play here.
In the 8 on the right side and go 2 rails and get the cue ball back up here near this bottom right pocket.
Pretty nice shot.
It does a couple things. Of course, this is a difficult shot now for Ian, but it also creates a separation from the 8 and the 9 that you desire.
Thinking defense here, hide behind the 9, push the 8 out of the way.
What's the goal here? Hit it well.
think he got a favorable bump out of the 9, but I think that slowed down his speed a little bit so that it hid behind the 9 well.
Yeah, the previous defensive effort from Brady, I think he wanted to be thinner on the 8 so it didn't create as much gap.
Don't we all want to be thinner?
I like food, bro.
As do I. That's why I'm not thinner.
Called it in the side pocket. Let's jump cue out. Okay. Jump bank here. Just simple old jump bank.
A simple little jump bank.
Yeah, ain't nothing to it. A hit, very important, rather than a make here. You're just trying not to give Ian ball in hand with 3 balls left on the table.
Like that?
As you may have heard, that might have been a miscue.
Oh, yeah.
Little follow, quite a bit of left. I expect to see this cue ball spin off of this bottom rail quite a bit up towards the 10. Goes to go 2 rails, and I hate doing that myself. I hate potentially flirting with that side pocket. But obviously Ian was not scared. Makes it 2-0 for Ian.
That is correct.
Hello, TJ Dunlap, past showdown competitor. TJ, who you got in this match, man? We can't figure out. Talked to several people today. You can call it out. They're not watching. They'll never see it.
No,
Go ahead.
They're not concerned.
We ask everyone to please share. Please share the feed. Let's try to get this into as many pool fans' eyeballs as possible. Another non-compliant break. 1 ball is visible. Yep, TJ's just like us. Non-committal.
Smart man.
Smart. TJ must be married.
I think you can see the 1 here. I don't know that he's got good enough line to cut it in, but he can definitely make contact. Hard to see from where we're at. Beautiful shot. Trailed a little further up table than he wanted.
At this point, I go ahead and try to force some top right to get around the 6 and the 4. 3 sitting dead in a pocket. You can make it from anywhere.
Oh, I was going to say try to bank the 2 into the 3 and, leave the cue ball where it's at.
Right. Well,
A lot of options here. Looks like he's calling the side pocket, the way Mike said. Why we have Mike here, for his expertise.
I mean, I only say what everybody should do.
Right.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. Had to have been afraid of the 6 and the 4 there getting behind them, and once again made contact and just knocked it out of the way. It's another way to do that. But now, 3 to the 4. You hate to be on the rail on this shot. Obviously, you have to cut the 3 in the side and don't scratch in the corner. You still got to juice this a little bit to get the cue ball back down table. Real thin, top left. Off of that head rail. Maybe that cue ball spins back towards the inside. Or do you force extreme right and try to hope to get around the 10? I suppose you could try to slow roll this and leave yourself a little bit of a cut. Man, a slow roll cut, thin cut is a little scary.
Yeah, that corner pocket gets very scratchy looking. I hear a squeak in the background, and it sounds like the squeak of a jump cue.
We must have not great angles today. Look like you can see a piece of that, but I guess not.
A good attempt. It'd have been a quarter inch to the right when it landed. Would have been no issue.
You know, maybe he could see that and just didn't like letting the cue ball go up table, and he's so confident in his jump shot that you make it and stop it, and he would have had the shapes. He couldn't shoot that 3 straight in, obviously, but
Very good point.
so
The lesser of two evils.
yes.
I think this will be a little tricky here. Cutting the 3 in, making sure to get far enough around through the traffic to get shape on the 4. That might be a little difficult.
First thing I worry about, you do not want to hit the 8 ball with the cue ball. That's just going to kill any kind of leave. So you have to have some draw away. And you can use that to your advantage. You can put some low lift on this, and it really takes off that first and second rail and spins around the table. So going around them rather than through them might be the play here. He did so nicely. I think you got just another half a roll there to not be frozen on the 9. Nice little angle. Cue ball down. Just get it up past the 9 to make sure you can see a little bit of the 5. That provides a little bit of angle to shoot the 5 and get back down table for the 6. Not a hard shot here. Nice and soft. That's a shot trying to get perfect shape rather than decent shape that he executed there.
Yeah, only issues that brought the 9 into play up there against the 7 may cause him some difficulties. I don't know. Come off the 5, end rail, back up for the 6. Yeah, I think you can play off. You know, if you get good shape on the 6, you should be able to draw it back potentially and get good shape on the 7. Oh, went to the opposite side.
And is so often the case that cue ball likes to hide, get deep in the corners, and leave you a back cut on these. We all do it, man. We all go, you know, it's safe. I got to get it around table, and we hit it too hard.
And I think he can definitely make the back cut here. We just got to watch out for that side pocket. Definitely want to hit to the right of the side pocket, I think, to get it to come around so that you got shape on the 7 in that side.
Gotta be a little afraid of the scratch on the side, too. I mean, you get 1 inch out of shape, and over the course of 3 shots, you know, you're looking at this.
Which, you know, if you just kind of slow roll it and let it go, it may creep towards the side pocket. If you try to put some low on it to draw it away from that side pocket, then potentially you're going to draw yourself down into the corner. Plus, adding that draw to the shot may also cause a little bit of slowdown in your roll so that it doesn't come all the way around to give you good shape on the 7. I'm interested to see what he's going to do here.
Hit that well, but unfortunately,
not perfect shape, but definitely reasonable shape.
yeah. See it hit it, play the defense, but I don't think it's a makeable. Maybe the carom is here now. That looks closer than the other carom. 7 ball first, 9 ball maybe in the side.
I think if you do a simultaneous hit here, that the 7 goes.
With the expectations that we're going 3 sets here, possible that you and I are going to have some breaks tonight, and I think Chris Adams enjoyed himself and actually did very well. I know you haven't got to hear him, but he did phenomenal. Actually, I'm surprised, Chris, how good you were. I know you're listening.
Yeah, thanks for stepping in, helping out. Appreciate that.
Travis Sluter's here as well, so it's possible we may hear one or both of those guys at some point.
If anyone has ever tried doing commentary before, it's a little more difficult than you would think. I mean, especially if you're doing it by yourself. That was very nice. Very nice shot. Very good position on the 8. But doing a one-man commentary, it's tough to talk enough to keep people interested without sounding redundant or moronish to a certain extent. So, I'm very appreciative of Mike being here to help out, and when I have to step away, other folks stepping in and helping out. Really appreciate that, guys.
I think you just called me a moron. I can't quite figure it out.
No, not at all. I said when I have to commentate by myself, it may sound moronish.
It's too early in the broadcast to say what I was thinking. So,
All right.
ask me later.
All right, making a note here. All right, Ian's up 3-0 in this first set of 10 ball. Remind me again, how many racks of 10 ball?
8 games, 8 racks of 10 ball.
Okay.
Let me kick the microphone stand again. I'm sure that was a lovely sound. Yeah, first ball he's made on a break and no shot on the 1. Push outs are allowed today.
Almost want to use, well, since I can't early 10 and win, it's not as important, but if it were, a defensive shot here would be just go ahead and push out, pocket the 10, let it spot.
That's one thing I just now hadn't considered until just now. There's not a dire need to have to do a push out if the penalty is not your opponent getting an early 10 ball.
Right.
So, yeah, you may see these guys going for it more often than normal. What a good hit there from Ian. Leaving Brady a long cross corner shot, but just pocket speed. He'll have the 2 in the side. Nice and easy. Dead center. Great lead for the 2. 2, 3, 4. I'll look pretty handy. 4 to the 6 could. I mean, the 6 is kind of in the middle of the table. It's got quite a few pockets, but still a down table from the 4. So at this point, he's trying to consider shape on the 4, even though he's shooting the 2. You really want to be straight in, I think, on the 3. I see him forcing a little top here. Slow roll it. See, here's the problem with that, in my opinion. And he's going to be just fine getting out of this, I'm sure. But this is a thinner cut than I like. And the cue ball gets away from me. Tends to make that shot on the 4 a little bit more difficult. So, how How well does he trust his speed? And of course, as I say that, he comes up. So yeah, I think he wanted to be straighter on the 3 on this shot.
Yeah, because if you just kind of let this go, it could easily hide behind the 9.
When you hit that about as soft as he could.
That was beautiful.
Did well done. But so easy to overroll that. Aaron, thank you for your comment. Yes, we have Aaron Rodgers listening, everyone.
Aaron Rodgers?
Yes.
The Aaron?
Yes.
A.A. Ron?
As far as I'm concerned, he is the A.A. Ron Rodgers, yes. Him and his girlfriend have been talking about wanting to play a showdown match. And I keep trying to tell Aaron that nothing good could possibly come out of it for him.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
But he seems committed.
Is he a younger gentleman?
Very much so.
Okay, then yeah. Take it from a couple old timers. That's probably not going to end well, buddy.
We understand that Rachel would like every opportunity in the world to just beat you down in public for everyone to see. And you winning, you're expected to, doesn't turn out well either, sir. So be careful what you wish for. Which brings up something that we talked about in the previous broadcast. We've kind of started to solidify when showdown matches might be. Nice shot from Brady there. A lot of low to keep the cue ball from scratching. Of course, made this next 7 ball difficult as well. Looks like the 7's got a half a pocket up there next to the 10. But we've kind of considered that we like this 2 Sunday followed by Monday night showdown. So we're kind of looking at every 2 weeks as best we can. We'll always be monitoring Andy's schedule and my schedule as well. But for the most part, every 2 weeks on Sunday at 2 and 6.
We'll then try to give you something to watch.
And then Monday at 7.
Which, as I recall, the match tomorrow night, Monday evening at 7 p.m. Central Time. That's going to be a set between Devin, is that right?
That is correct.
Devin Thiel and yourself.
That is correct.
What kind of set are you guys going to play?
We are doing a race. We're playing 10 ball. We're doing a race to 17. Winner must win by 2.
All right. That was not in my contract. That's a very lengthy race. So, yeah.
Well, when you see him play, you will not have any worries about us not being done in an hour and a half.
That's true. Both
Oh,
players really good shots.
No, I'm not talking about me, sir.
Well, I know what you're getting at there, but no, both of you are really good shots. So that race to 17 sounds pretty lengthy, but with players of your caliber, it won't be too bad. That was a great defensive play there.
And actually, the side pocket comes into play here, takes away some of the short kick. I almost believe that Ian has to go 2 rails here. Needs to come about where his right hand is right at the moment and play it 2 rail. Just too much of the 8. He's going to have to be short of the side pocket. I don't know that he can spin it enough. I say. The 2 railer was the play there. I say after he missed it.
Right.
Duh.
Yeah, that's obviously what we meant.
So I think at some point this week we might. I don't know if I can look 2 weeks ahead. I don't know if you can, but as soon as we know, we'll start putting it out there and getting those slots filled for the upcoming matches.
With your discussion between these two players prior to the start of this event, did they mention or request a break halfway through the set or anything that we need to be prepared for?
They said they are playing straight through. There
Okay.
might be a restroom break here and there, but we are to not expect any 10, 15-minute breaks, even in between sets.
Okay.
We are here for the long haul, sir. I am quiet here and there because I'm enjoying watching. I know these two players are really technical, learn from a lot of great shooters. So top, bottom, a lot of times, I know what I'd do, but I'm really trying to focus in on some of the English that they're putting on, and I'm trying to learn. Brady with his first win of the match. Gets it to 3-1 in this race to 7. It is possible that we could get to 8 ball. But for instance, if we get tied at 3, I guess even one more win from Brady would ensure that we see some 8 ball in the latter half of this match. Ten-ball break. Much discussed about how difficult it is to make balls on a 10-ball break.
Unfortunately, the cue ball was made on this 10-ball break.
Non-compliant break.
Yeah, I guess that would be the case.
When you're the breaker. Not for Ian, of course. But you and I have been playing 10-ball for 3-4 years now.
Yeah,
Pretty solid. Do you think about the fact that we're breaking 10-ball anymore, like we did when we started?
Not necessarily. I've still not found a 10-ball break that is consistent for me. I'm still trying to figure that out. I typically break from the left side of the table, but I've been changing back and forth from closer to the side rail or one diamond off, and I just can't get enough consistency. So if I pocket a ball on a 10-ball break, it's straight up luck. There's nothing other than that involved, just luck.
And the point I was trying to make really is that there's not a whole lot of 10-ball played. I want to give you and I a little bit of credit, a little bit, for as much as we enjoyed it and have brought it to the pool rooms in our area. That we're not the reason more people are playing 10-ball, but we're certainly part of the reason.
Yeah, we're trying to promote it. I mean, 10-ball, I think, helps to show a player's ability a little bit more. If you're playing 9-ball, typical 9-ball rules where you can slop a ball in here and there, there are great 9-ball players out there, no doubt about it. But when you take the slop factor out of it, that really highlights a player's ability.
I think it says who the better player is, especially in the longer set. Good three rail effort there from Brady. Typically, in a normal match, you'd be worried about giving ball in hand for a 110, but once again, to remind everyone, if a 10-ball is pocketed early in this match, called or not, it will spot. It's got to be the last ball on the table for you to make it to get the win.
And this is the first time I've seen a set played with that rule. So, you know, interesting extra little rule. You know, I can see the importance of that. Good at 10. No.
Unlucky double kiss.
Yeah. But yeah, I can see adding that additional rule to, again, just highlight the player's ability so that you got to go a full set and make it happen. So
I think most of us don't like, obviously, we don't like to lose by 2-9 combos and stuff. And I think most of us don't necessarily like to win that way either. Especially if it's a set against a highly respected opponent, which these two obviously respect each other. So
I thought we talked earlier, and this was a death match where they hated one another. I mean, dislike so much that they're on a team together and rode down here together. It's probably going to make for an awkward ride home.
well, not only does the loser have the shame of losing the match, but the loser is staying at your house tonight, Andy. I thought you knew that.
Again, that was not in my contract.
Well, as previously discussed in the previous broadcast, we were going over your list of titles at the Billiards Camera. So,
And now it's Airbnb host.
yes. That's not where I was going, but I like your answer better. You obviously need to get some practice in your lawyering skills to read your contract better, because you keep saying it's not in my contract.
Right.
But
That's probably where I need to start, is just by actually getting a lawyer
yes.
instead of just signing off on this. Oh, yeah, I'll do it. Come on. Yeah, I'll be there.
So another good reason for $1 or $2 donations, so Andy can afford a lawyer.
Right.
Gets him out of having one of these two gentlemen sleeping on his couch tonight.
And the aforementioned contract, I'm sitting here reading over it now, and evidently I'll be washing dishes this evening too. So that was not in my title list that you threw out there earlier.
All the more reasons for people to come down and grab a sandwich or a side order of meatballs or something. Let's just dirty up some dishes so Andy has more work to do tonight.
Give me something to do.
A little close to the rail here.
How do you play this? 2 rails, and then run the 10 back up table to the top left corner.
No.
Or do you check and see if the bank is open?
Yeah, he didn't like the angle that he was left. He chose to go forward and try to go 2 rails and get behind it. And I think that's a shot that you and I like. We like to pull that cue ball down to the end rail with the draw and have it come back up table. And instead of trying to sneak in 2 rails behind.
Beautiful.
And we're both wrong. Ian is right to take a 4-1 lead.
All right, Mike's going to step away for a minute to take care of some inter-office business. So we'll see if we're going to have a guest commentator here in just a moment. Nice break there. Looks like he's got position to see the one ball up in the corner. Come around one, maybe two rails, get shape on the two. In the same corner. Potentially three in the side. So many options here. So yeah, that's not what he wanted. He was attempting, looked like he wanted to come just two rails, but I think got a little firm on his shot there, so gonna leave him tough shape. As I mentioned a minute ago, Mike has stepped away to take care. Wow,
What a shot.
that was beautiful. We're being joined by Chris Adams.
Hello.
Chris was helping out Mike with some of the commentary earlier when I was shooting my set. So appreciate you helping out with that, Chris.
Not a problem. I enjoyed it. I might not be as good as you and Mike on commentating, but I enjoyed sitting here reading the comments and watching a very good match.
Thank you, sir. So we're gonna. Well, I'm curious to see what he will do. You know, I would try to play the four in the side, come off the end rail and back up for the five. Beautiful, well played.
Perfect speed.
I think he wanted to be a little bit more south than what he is. I think he's the angle off the five is for a draw is not exactly what he wants, but touch a draw off of the five should bring him off of the bottom rail and back up to get shape on the six. Right now he's looking to see if the seven will slide past that 10 in the corner.
Yeah, and I do think that 5 does squeak by the 8 ball.
Beautifully, well played. Proper speed, just the right amount of English. Keep it from getting away from him.
I do know sitting over off on the side, watching a second ago, doesn't know how well slow rolls will react on these tables. So I know that is a little bit of a factor in the back of Brady's head.
Yeah, from playing on this table, the slow roll can be deceptive. These tables are really good. There's a couple spots where if you just do a ridiculously slow roll, you may get a little bit of roll off, not get what you expected. But for the most part, they roll pretty true here. But there again, that's just trying to figure out the table you're playing on. A lot of people don't like the slow roll. I find that if I try to put too much on it, then I'm more likely to bobble the pocket. So I tend to try to slow roll things a little bit. Very good play there. I think that was kind of a two-way. He was hoping that the cue ball, or I'm sorry, the 7 ball may catch the point and roll in. He had great shape on the 8 there, but hiding it just behind the edge of that 10 was a very good play. Very good kick attempt. And the clang of the dinner bell in the background.
Another thing that we're all trying to work on with these valley tables. We've all been so used to playing on diamonds for so many years that having to get used to these tables on kicks and bank shots now. Like Mike said earlier, diamonds are on the way. We just don't know an exact time frame on all that.
Yeah, how long are the back order on that right now?
I think last time they said they were 8 to 10 months back order.
Wow.
Nice roll out there.
Use a little. I would recommend using low right on this. Drawing it back. Beautiful. Just off by a little bit, having to throw that bottom right on it to get it to draw back and turn off the rail to get shape on the 10. You know, obviously that little bit can make you bobble the pocket. Beautiful amount of English there.
Nice little spin.
Puts Ian up 5-1 in this first set of 10 ball. Trying to remember, I asked Mike earlier, I believe it was the 10 ball was going to be a race to 8.
Okay, so they're just taking 10 ball in place of the 9 ball.
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, it should be 5 racks of 8 ball, 8 racks of what would be 9 ball, will be 10 ball now.
Gotcha.
Yeah, if they're playing the traditional Masters format, it should be 8 games of 9 ball, which they've swapped for 10, and 5 racks of 8 ball.
Gotcha. Getting ready to start this 7th rack. It is Ian's break. He ran to the men's room real quick. Again, I got Chris here with me, helping out, doing some commentary. So, appreciate you sitting in, helping out.
Hey, not a problem. Anytime.
I just like to remind everybody, please like, share, follow us on Facebook and YouTube. You know, if you have the ability or the inkling, feel free to donate. Donations are accepted, or welcomed, I should say. You know, you can make a donation through either Cash App or Venmo. Just look up that Andy Moss. Your generosity was greatly appreciated. Again, all the proceeds of that would, you know, just go back into this live stream, trying to get more and better equipment to provide a better product along the way. So, but in the meantime, your likes, shares, and comments are wonderful support, and I appreciate all of it.
And like me and Mike said earlier, getting donations and everything to help Andy out, to hopefully soon get lapel mics to have for the possible Falco brothers versus the father-son duo of Zach and Russell Hanna's coming up would be very entertaining for everyone to listen in on that.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a G-rated event if we're able to pull that off.
Oh,
but,
no.
But even if we can't set them up with personal microphones, we may try to figure out a way to get the area mic'd a little bit better. But as you know, the Hannas and the Falcos, when they play, they are fun to play with, and you love conversing with them. So they definitely put on a good show.
Yes, and that one will definitely have to have a disclaimer periodically throughout that match that you might be hearing stuff that you wouldn't normally want to hear.
Looks like Brady's calling the 2-ball in the corner. Going to try to bank this one. Caught the edge of that 9. The match that Chris is discussing between the Hannas and the Falcos, nobody's calling anybody out. It was just a conversation we were having off to the side of matchups that we would enjoy seeing. So.
Oh no, it was a call out.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, during your match with Jason earlier today, Zach Hannas jumped on and said that Russell told him that the Falcos wanted to challenge Russell and Zach to a match.
Okay, gotcha.
So it is a matchup that is possibly being talked about already.
Okay, very good.
Me and Mike made a comment that we haven't had a doubles matchup on the live streams yet, and Zach informed us that there is one in the works.
Okay, very nice.
Catfish, you are very right, Zach. Don't need a mic.
Yeah, all we'll have to do is just open the front door and you'll be able to hear Zach. Looks like he may play a defensive shot here. Get the 2-ball out of there, hide behind the 10 maybe. Nope. Going for something a little different. Okay. Still a defensive play. Very good defensive play.
Nasty defense. Sounds like Ian's calling a 5-ball here. And he drills it.
Great shot.
Might be a possibility of a 10-ball being called right here. Oh. Right to these 2-ball in the corner. And another good shot.
Wonder if he'll do a stop shot. Okay. Oh no. Difficult leave there, but definitely makeable.
Looks like Ian might be going for possibly a 2-rail to get shape on the 7.
Beautiful cut. Hopefully, okay.
And a fortunate kiss off the 10. Now on this shot, Andy, what would you prefer? Would you try to just go the slow roll version,
I would
or
slow
would
roll
you
this.
try to powerhouse it?
Now, me personally, like I said earlier, I like the slow roll, so I would slow roll this with a ton of right.
Brady ringing the dinner bell again.
I mean, I definitely think he made the right call there. Obviously, he was just about a quarter inch off because it kind of bobbled the pocket, but he had great shape, great position on the 8. Everybody looks at things a little bit differently, but very good attempt there.
And they do. I mean, me personally, I'm a 5'6", and you're what, a 6'7" right now, or a 6 in both.
6 in
I
both.
think you're a 6 in both.
Yeah.
So I'm still learning more of the detailed shots that you and Mike and Jason can hit. Each skill level sees the shot and the table a little bit different than the next person.
Brady hit that really well. I think it, just a little bit off, trying to make sure he was going to get shape on that 10, but you got beautiful position. But again, this is one of those draws with the right hand spin. There we go. Beautiful position on the 10. Puts Ian up 6-1 in this first set. This is a race to 8 of 10 ball. They're doing a Masters format. Race to 8 in 10 ball instead of 9 ball. They're Joe's 10 ball. So race to 8 there. And they will move on to 8 ball sets. I believe, what'd you say earlier? Race to 5 is traditional format?
Traditional format is a race to 5 and 8 ball, yes.
Okay.
Another draw break from Ian.
Or as Mike has come to refer to it, the non-compliant break.
The non-compliant.
Nice slow roll there. Believe the 2 will comfortably go past the 4. Got to roll forward a little bit to get shape on the 3. Only thing I see, it looks like a potential aggravation, maybe the 7 ball.
Oh, and it looks like you rolled a little bit too far on that one.
You know what I think it is? If anybody knows Brady, this cat's got some muscles on him, so I think he's just giving a bit much over muscling some of these shots. But when you are cut like that, you can't help it.
Doesn't know his own power. And I figured a shot like this, Brady went over and grabbed his jump stick, so fixing to see a jump shot attempt here.
Little reevaluation there. Went ahead and grabbed his shooting cue. Just gonna play defense. Kind of, yep,
Tie ball up.
yep. Make that 7 even more complicated than it was before. Not a bad call. All right, I'm gonna step away here for a moment. Let Mike jump back in the mix. He and Chris will carry on. And again, I appreciate everybody tuning in. So take a little break. I will be right back.
I missed quite a bit.
Yes. Yes, you had. Ooh. Brady says, let's just go ahead and make that cluster a little bit worse.
Defense followed by another defense. Ian on the hill as I come back. Three games won pretty quickly, apparently, while I was gone. Have we had any of the jesters chime in yet?
Not that I've seen. Looks like TJ Dunlap saying him and Corey Taylor are talking about getting a set up. We've kind of touched base on a little bit more of the Falco Hannah's matchup. Catfish chimed in saying that Zach don't need a mic.
That is true. I had considered that. He is not wrong. There's a reason Zach is known as the mouth of the South.
Nice little defense battle going on here on 3-ball. Nobody wants to give up any more balls right now.
Like Brady's finally in a position here that he can put a little steam on this 3-ball, but it will stop because of the 8, and finally get a little separation and get the defense. A 1-rail kick called, and that, as you saw, Ian pointed out the pocket, the bottom left pocket there, bottom left corner. Did get the hit, and gonna get a window now.
And I think it found the window.
All right, first opening here since I've sat down for sure.
It's going to be a nice little interesting English shot here to get back on the 4-ball.
I think all you got to do here is top. Cue ball goes to this bottom rail, come off the end rail. See the cue ball going between the 9 and 10 there.
Okay.
So a 2-rail follow. Make the 4 in that pocket. You miss the 10, you got to miss the 9 here. Or go around.
Well, it goes around all 3 of them.
That top English, he hit it pretty firm, and it looked like it kind of slid before it took, but it worked out. Don't think that was the way he drew it up in his head, but certainly did work. This will be the last game of 10-ball, as it is the 8th game. So to finish this set, if Ian were to win here, it's over. Brady trying to get to 8-ball. Got straight in on the 5, so want this cue ball to back up just a little bit. Try to get straight in on the 6 on the side. Could choose to, I guess, go a little bit forward, make the 6 in the corner, but Just think, as everybody knows, draw. Draw is my shot of preference, so I assume everybody else likes it too. But it's not always the case.
We got a couple of new people in. Dusty, John Falco, Angela, Diane, and Catfish. Hey, look, the favorite Falco's in.
Hello, Angela.
Nice shot on the 6 ball. Looks like 7 goes right by the 9.
Balls are set up here. Get out. For Brady. Not much action here. We'll stop shot. Now you got to bank on the 7. You got to carry 'em, maybe make the 8. But in 10 ball, you can only call 1 ball. Bank can go to either corner. Like he maybe carry 'em. A little low left here, kind of stuns the cue ball. So Ian made the 8 that he called. 7 went in as well, but as long as the ball that you call is pocketed, still your shot. Seems to be a theme today of by score. Not very competitive matches so far today. Certainly a shot or two. Brady changes things.
And I'm sure if they ever do get into 8 ball, I think that'll be a game changer for Brady, having a little bit more to play defense on and hook Ian a little bit.
Don't know if everyone knows. Well, in the first set, I don't think they're going to take a break. Pretty much get right back into the next set. Brady wins the first one 7-1. Anyway, Brady, you know this, too. Brady is an APA champion. Singles champion.
I did not know that. I did notice I saw a towel on the table over there where they're sitting at of an APA singles towel, but I did not know that he was one of the champions.
I don't know what year it was. It was 4, 5, 6 years ago. Maybe I can research it, but he actually won APA singles national championships as a skill level 3.
Wow, very good. Congratulations, Brady, on that.
Of course, a few years later, he's in the 5-6 range, but obviously he's got to feel good about his 8 ball game. We are going to start with 8 ball on a new set. Scoreboard resets. As we get into set number 2. Obviously, we're electing to start with 8 ball this time. So, be interested to see how the match progresses otherwise. Now that we're playing 8 ball instead of 10 ball. Was it dry break? Yes, Ian is at the table.
And already the 6 and the 8 ball are tied up, and looks like the 11 and the 15, no, the 13 are tied up. Ian's gonna look like he's gonna try to break that out right now. Still tied up.
Well, I think now the 13 does go in this bottom right corner pocket once those other 2 balls are cleared out of the way. Or maybe that's the 11 ball that's tied to this.
The 11.
So you're thinking here is, does the 11 carry him off the 6 in the side, which is what he was just looking. But once you clear that 13 and 10 out, the 11 does go to this bottom right corner box. 9 obviously is no problem. 10 is no problem. And you just chose to go ahead and go for the breakout. Did you get it?
Tied up two of Brady's balls back up now.
At this point, I promise you Brady's just hoping to get back to the table. This is a table that could get out for Ian. Oh, just enough. Half a ball roll there to be able to 9 ball in. So thin. Don't have a whole lot of control over the cue ball. I choose to, I guess, shoot the 11 in the corner.
Nice little stun shot. Keep shape for the 9.
Nicely done. So a dry break leads to a potential run out here from Ian. 2 balls left on the table after he pockets this 9. Have to have any kind of perfect shape, just be able to see either ball. You can see that. Oh, I guess that's 14. I called it the 10 earlier.
Yeah, it looks like the 14 and 15 and the 8 ball are the only 3 balls left on the table for Ian.
Small window. He's got to play this. It doesn't go in the corner. It doesn't like to me. It's in the way. Gonna have to go to side pocket. Cue ball runs into. You're at the mercy of where that 8 ball goes. Not necessarily worried about pocketing it, but 8 could tie up to the 1. Supposed to go ahead and hit it a little firm, kind of get the 8 off the 1. Made the ball and got a nice little breakout. Nice little roll there. Nice out from Ian. Had some trouble balls to work with, and wasn't all to plan the entire rack, but in 8 ball you've always got the choice of balls to shoot out, so it's not a bad way to go to adjust the plan. All right, 1-0. This is the second set. Ian did win the first set. Best of 3 sets. So if we're going to have any kind of continuation of this match, Brady must win this set. I think we would all like to see a competitive match run all the way through. A few balls made on the break, but fortunately one of them was the cue ball. 8 ball scratch on the break. Should be played from the kitchen.
Couple of balls tied up there on by the head rail.
I think the choice here is stripes. 2, 3, and 7 ball. All pretty ugly. Of course, the 11 ball for stripes is right there by the 7. Choosing stripes. Yeah, even if you wanted to shoot, not really a shot on a solid anyway.
Starting out in the kitchen, it looks like the 1 ball is the only ball you would have a shot on.
$14 ball. Choice for Brady. A little bit of follow. He needs to try to figure out a way to get shape on that 15 ball as quick as possible, and no better time than the present. Straight in. He's going to choose to shoot this pretty straight. Have this cue ball follow about a foot or so. See what kind of angle he can get on the 15 here. Well, I don't think stop shot was what he was wanting to do either. I mean, he would have had an angle on that, but certainly not questioning their decisions. But I see fours and fives sometimes trying to do too much.
It was still open there, so Ian was able to combo the solid into the striper and kind of break all that out.
Did make a stripe, which by far are still look to be the best. Three balls in trouble now. He's trying to hold straight in on that third. Missed it, as you probably heard him say. He knew it immediately. Brady with another chance here. Got to worry about the three. Three is in his head, how to get shape on the three. Tend to, if I have a treble ball, I try to get to it as quick as possible. One's playing a little bit of defense for him, so I'm gonna make the four. I'm not so sure. Has to shoot the one next. Got it. Like it might cut back into where it needs to be. Now, go back up table, leave the one ball down there. At least it's playing a little bit. It's taking one pocket away. One at Ian's shot, one at Ian's stripes. We'll slow roll here. Pocket the five. Want to be on the left side of the two. So when you shoot the two into the top corner up there, you follow and you try to get your breakout on the three. Look for this cue ball to be hit real soft.
Just wondering on that one, even if you don't hit it at the right spot, the possibility of the carom 2 off the 11 is still there, correct?
That is there. That's certainly not what you want to do. You may see something don't that you can't, but it sure does not look like. Once again, having to readjust. Maybe he was trying to get shape on the 7. Maybe it does go past the 3. And it looks tough.
Maybe here all you're trying to do is just bump the 3 in the pocket and block the 11.
Take the pocket away.
Which is exactly what he did.
So nice adjustment. Don't have to make a ball every time. Make it more difficult for your opponent. That 11-3 combo. Just got to hit one of your balls.
Wow,
and make any kind of contact.
Ian hangs it up.
Now it's a different game. Make the 1, you go ahead and make it here, make the cut. At some point, you're going to have to use the 7 ball to make the 3 ball combo to make you're on the correct side for that. Now you're at the mercy of the roll. What does the 7 ball do after it makes contact with the 11? You probably want to hit this hard enough that it caroms off the 11, off the center of that top rail and back out of the table.
And just hope that cue ball stays down in that area.
Got to cut it. Don't hit the soft, keeping shape on the 2, because then your 7 rolls somewhere bad. He's got to hit this with a little bit of pace. Do not want the 7 on that top rail. 7-11-3 goes. But 7 out, you got to hold shape on the 2. Things to consider here. and making contact with the 11 pushes it up as well. He may be playing defense. Doesn't like the out. Didn't like the out. Can't say I blame him. If he'd have been straighter on that 7, I think we would have seen the effort to be able to hold shot for the 2. Didn't like it. Chose to play defense. Ian still has the problem. Not a bad miss. Funny how tables that are set up to get out on, sometimes balls get moved around strategically for your opponent, and then all of a sudden everybody's tied up. All right, he's going for the 2. Not a pocket to be. He was jacked up over the 15. Inadvertently, probably. Put a little bit of right English on it, which caused the cue ball to masse. Right. He is trying to make this 11 fall to the 3. A lot of low. Didn't do what he wanted. But he knew he would get back down table and not leave Brady with it. Again, not an ideal setup here for Brady. Having to shoot over a ball. Having to hit the 7 real thin at half a pocket. And you got to hit it slow enough to keep it. I mean, no big deal, right?
Yeah.
Any of those 3 by themselves is difficult. He's going to have to execute all 3 of them in one shot here. This has got to be a really soft shot.
Yeah, and you're looking at what, maybe half a pocket for the 7 ball, and he gets it.
He did 2 of the 3. He knew the cue ball was going to get away. It looks like he can cut it. A little bit of an angle, but certainly not any gimme. Good news on this, though, is if he does make this, cue ball will end up back down table to leave him either that top side pocket or that top left corner. Hit it too hard. When you hit those thin cuts, man, you think you have to hit them hard to make sure the ball gets there, but he could have easily pocketed that ball with quite a significant less amount of speed. Now, Ian isn't. Brady is. Got to make this. Tie something up. Get lucky on leave, because we've already seen Ian, once he gets an open table, is able to get out. Maybe that 8 goes beside the 9. Maybe it follows the 9. Don't think the bank is there in the lower right corner because of the 15 ball. Not a lot of options here. Yep, he's doing a 1-rail bank. Back up at the top left corner. Goal is if it doesn't go, at least it clogs up that pocket maybe. Not calling it. He's found a defense. Tough spot here for Brady. He had to hit that first shot so perfect to be able to have shape on the second to last ball that he made, and it just did 2 of the 3 things and eventually cost him a game. Have luck. Well, it's kind of like a miscue there.
Yeah, I mean, having to shoot that 7 ball past that 11 with that amount of speed and trying to hold that pocket. And it was a very tough shot.
$14 is on the rail. 11 ball is on the rail. Possible that one of these two last balls can create a little bit of drama. Low left here. Force this would stop, I don't think. Yeah, no, I don't think he's going to like his angle.
Nope. And it does open it up for the bank.
Don't think he was
nice little
playing for the bank,
defense.
but he adjusted. Put on the emergency brake, slowed down there, and let's play the defense.
Looks like this makes it for an interesting one real kick shot here.
One or two.
See Brady looking at the diamonds to figure out his aim line here.
He needs to be as close to that right edge of that top right corner pocket as he two rails. Keep it short. Go ahead and call the 8 ball bottom left corner. This needs to be real close to that pocket angle that you need. Get a hit here. Far out. He needed to be closer. Nice little battle there, and Ian was able to get the defensive shot when he needed it. And a 2-0 lead for Ian in the second set. Nice little match there. Nice little game. That's Chris, that's a game that I've seen you lose to, you know?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
As fives, you see the shots, you can make the shots. But if you're not going to be perfect on the leave, you have to back off.
Readjust,
Yep.
rethink about it. Yep.
And nothing about that was Brady's fault. He just kept getting left in a position that, if I make this, I've got to trust that I hit it soft enough
Oh yeah.
to have a better angle on the next shot. Not like he could have done much. It's just all about speed.
Yep. And there's another back-to-back scratch on the brake from Ian. And we're back in the situation. 10 ball and 4 ball are tied up. Brady shooting from the kitchen.
A lot of those, I'm going to go back. Some of those shots Brady had. You always think, I've got to hit this pocket speed and hit it soft and hit it soft and make it. And if it's going to be difficult to do, you got to force yourself to start trying to hit it hard. To go off that rail, off the other end rail, and back up. You just got to start getting that shot in your game. Because there was 2 shots right there for Brady that were no fault of his own. It's just what he was left. And it was near impossible to hit him soft enough to hold shape.
Looks like on this rack, I would think I would say that solids look a little bit better on this rack than stripes.
Except for one little 4 ball.
One little 4 ball.
I don't know. I kind of like stripes here.
10 ball does go in that bottom corner pocket.
So does the 14. So does the 9.
So they do. I mean, they do squeak past the 11.
Well, no, I'm saying They go if you pocket the 11 before you shoot those.
Yes.
Now, Brady needs to get this 4 ball out as quick as he can. I don't think it goes here. The 11 is in the way. And it might even be frozen to the 10, but he's got to shoot a shot to get a break out of. Ian stripes now. The 11 ball, of course, is blocking the pocket. Who's that ball? I think the only way you shoot the 5 here is if you're like 90% sure you get a broke out the 4. I don't mind this play. Put the 4 around the 11 and take over that pocket. SQ as well. Sucker almost went.
It did almost go. It went inside the pocket and bounced in between.
Now he got his trouble ball out. He's got 2 of his balls blocking a lot of Ian's balls. So that was the right choice to go ahead and get the trouble ball out. Almost made it. I don't know if it would have gone or not. But he's flipped it by choosing to miss a shot.
And Jimmy, to answer your question, Ian won the first set.
Who's commenting over there?
Jimmy Sorrows asked who won the first set, and then Cecilia Ward said, "Good luck, Dad."
Aww. Not what Ian wanted. Little nudge on the 13 ball. It is now tied up as well.
Go ahead and call the 14.
Got a 3 ball combo. Clears the 5. And I wanted the 14 to follow it. But look what happens. He gets 2 trouble balls out of the way. It is Brady's shot, but now that end of the table is owned by Ian.
And just like that, one shot changes the whole entire table.
Oh. What? Ian here. I think this 13 ball out.
Cross bank the 12.
One up there frozen close to the 1 ball.
That's the 12.
He just called the 12.
No, he got the 10. Like we said, these TV balls.
The ball by 1 is a what?
The 12 ball.
Okay. I would have cross banked it.
Oh.
Wow.
Got a fortunate kiss right there. Could have been bad, but turned out fortunate.
Now the table is open. 15, 11, 12, 8. Two rails, extreme left.
Didn't have to hit it very hard.
Totally hit perfect.
Mm-hmm. Draw shot. Got a little bit too much of that one.
Get roll enough that he could cut it in the side, but he's choosing to bank it. I would cut this one in the side all day.
Well, I totally agree with you. As many times as me and you have practiced that side shot, I would take that side cut any day.
All right, Brady with life here. Was expecting to probably the next time he got up was to rack. Gotta be giddy. Be shooting at balls here and they're all open. 8 ball is a little close to that rail, but it looks like it goes in the side pocket without very little problem. Could possibly get straight in on it anyway, still go in the corner. Want to take the 6 here, most likely. Draw it back a little bit, get as straight as you can on the 1 if need be, but if okay as well. Too far.
Interesting little English there.
After he shoots this shot, he wants the cue ball to be almost exactly where it's at. Trying to get. Overthinking things. All right.
Puts Ian up 3-0 in the second set.
There was some discussion when both of these guys came in. We talked to them a little bit before the set, and they were both nervous.
Oh yeah.
Both of them were, so nerves jumped up there for Brady.
I think talking to him a little bit before the match, Ian was a little bit more nervous at the beginning than Brady was, and I think maybe now nerves have kind of swapped places a little bit.
Well, he didn't scratch on that break. It was a step in the right direction for Ian. This is set number 2. Potentially a 3-set match. They are doing a best of 3. Ian did win the first set, 7-1, and jumped out to a 3-0 lead here in the second set. They are doing a race to 7. This is a Masters format. They're adjusted the format a little bit. They're playing 8 ball and 10 ball instead of the typical 8 ball and 9 ball. They will be playing 5 games to start this match of 8 ball. 6th game will start the rest of the match being 10 ball. Just going to slow roll this. Your ball might bump the 8 just a little, but he wants to set up for the 14 next. 8 ball is your friend here, not your enemy. Now it is his enemy.
And it definitely doesn't look like it's Brady's friend right now either.
All right, we're going to welcome back in the champion, Andy Moss. Welcome back to the action, sir.
Thank you much. I appreciate you guys taking care of things while I stepped away and grabbed a bite to eat. It's been a long day. What have I missed?
There have been one dry break by Brady that Ian ran out nicely. And that was the first game. Second and third game both were strategic plays, defensive plays, and it's who made the first mistake. And unfortunately, Brady can probably go back and look at this and see the one shot.
I got you.
I mean, 3-0 is not indicative, certainly, of the difference in skill level of these players, but just unfortunate. There's been a lot of good play, a lot of smart play, and one shot gets away from you, and your opponent pounces.
Absolutely. They're going to 5 in this set, is that correct?
This is the fourth game of 5 8-ball games, yes.
Okay. Ian won the first set of 10 ball, so.
Well, he won the first master set. It just so happened
Yes.
that we didn't get into 8-ball in the first set.
Oh, yeah, okay, I got you. Sorry.
No,
It can get confusing, but yeah.
Every set being a race to 7. And if you do start with 9 or 10, depending on what you're playing, you play 8 games of those. So sometimes, just like we saw in the first set, you don't get to the 8-ball matches. But we started with 8-ball here, so there's only 5 games of 8-ball. We're guaranteed to see some 10-ball here. Nice confident stroke there from Brady. Doesn't like the outcome, but I think there's a nice little adjustment here. The 4 goes in the bottom right corner, and he's got a little bit of an angle on this 1, so he could choose to draw a little stun draw. He'd have the 4 next. Do a little follow on the 1, shoot the 7 down the rail, have the 4.
I had to adjust my view on this for a second because I was still looking at this as 10 ball and thinking, well, he's got the 1 right there, but yeah, I got you. I had to reacclimate myself to what we were doing here.
Yeah, you haven't commentated on an 8-ball match today. You played it well, however.
Thank you.
Again, should I stop with your accolades?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. I mentioned to Chris while you were gone, I don't know if you knew it or not, but Brady is an APA 8-ball singles champion.
I was not aware of that. I'm talking Las Vegas level champion?
That is correct.
Wow.
I want to say, and I'm bad at years. I want to say probably maybe 6 years ago, 5 years ago, 4 years ago. I don't know. He won APA singles as a skill level 3.
Pretty impressive.
So
definitely playing above a skill level 3 now.
Of course. Pretty straight in. Cue ball ought to draw back to the rail. So it's okay to not draw this. It's okay to draw it a little far. You should still have a shot on the 6 no matter what. The angle just wasn't right, apparently.
Or we can blame that on the commentator curse.
Finally.
Mm-hmm.
Put one on me.
Yeah.
Well, if I would have seen that he had an angle, I might not have suggested that no matter what, he would have shape.
I gotcha.
Excuses.
Right.
Well, that shot there is typical of what's happened to Brady the previous two games. You know, shooting well, making shots, and just cue ball.
Cue ball gets away from you a little
Yeah,
bit.
yep.
Just a touch out of shape makes all the difference in the world.
He called that
That
pocket.
was a phenomenal shot.
Wow. Okay, shot of the day. See if he can capitalize. Don't you do it.
Don't. That's just crazy. I mean, that was. I don't think you could have asked for much better, other than that obvious outcome there. But that was a great shot.
Safe to say, Brady is bitten today so far. Great shooter. You hate it. I mean, he had to kick at a ball, back cut it, call it, did it. Cue ball gets away and is tied to the rail, which limited to what he could do to control the cue ball on that shot.
Right.
Sure enough, set up just exactly wrong. But obviously, these two are great friends, been teammates, rode down together, had lunch together before they came and played this match. What I enjoyed about that right there, their little conversation between racks as he was bent over, they were discussing, they were learning from what happened. There's a lot of discussion about the Jesters team and how they play and what they're able to accomplish every year. That right there is one of the reasons why they're the team to beat every year in 8-ball and 9-balls, because they all help each other. They all learn from each other. They get together and discuss things. Whereas APA and most of the teams in it is very recreational. You know? You don't have teammates invested in your shot, in your play, like these guys do. Man, I love to see it. I've always been a fan of the way they play. I've always been a fan of their results. They deserve it. And Ian and Brady talking about what happened to Brady that last rack is one of the reasons why. So, think what you want about the Jesters. Nobody likes a winner. What they say. So, another opportunity here for Ian to get out. All balls are in the clear. It's just a matter of executing the shape. I think the one ball goes in that bottom left corner. If it does, you're just going to slow roll the 5 here, and then you shoot the one ball back up table to get shape on the 3.
I concur.
Thanks, buddy. I just had a big long spiel about why the Jesters are so good and how I respect them. So you may want to take it back.
Jester's a good group of guys.
And once again, Ian sees something that I don't. If that one goes, this is a draw. If he goes forward with this, it goes in the side. He tried the draw and drew it right back into the. So I think he was trying to break out there and see what happened.
Sure.
I
difficult shape on the 1 and kind of fumbled up the 8 there.
Right. All right. Your skill level 3, 4, 5, doesn't matter. You're in this position in 8 ball. Your opponent has 1 ball left on the table. Down at one end, which the 5 ball is. You've got a bunch of balls to
The
make.
1 ball, you mean?
It's the 1? Oh, yeah. The 1 ball.
Anyway, yes.
No matter what you do not leave the cue ball down on the same side of the table.
No.
As their 1 ball. You're afforded some misses here, just as long. Don't leave and miss.
Yeah, just roll this forward a little bit.
See, again, I don't.
You don't roll this forward? I'm not talking about rolling it all the way down, but just forward enough that you can go for the side pocket shot on the 14 there. Just like that.
Did it, and he executed it. But there's other ways to get out, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely.
Without even tempting fate.
Sure.
Because you think you're going to make everything. In a bit of a pickle. Can shoot the 11 now to get the 9. Very typical of the last. That's what's happened.
Got a favorable roll out of it. I don't think he's got a clean shot on the 1. He can kick off the rail with some left English maybe and get it to slide over into the corner.
He just said he thinks he can make this, but he's afraid of making the 8. One ball rolls up in front. Now it's yellow. It was that spot on the TV that made it look bad. TJ, I agree with you, buddy. Mentioned something about that last game. Listen, this is far from over. Race to 7. This is the last game of 8 ball. When I'm playing Masters races, my goal is, when we start with 8 ball, the goal is up or down 3-2. You know,
Sure.
one game. 4-1 is a hole to get out of, but 5-zip is a massive hole to get. So important for Brady here. Didn't get where he wanted to be. Good defense. Hello, Quincy. Appreciate you watching, buddy. Still thinking about you and your opponent 2 weeks from yesterday, sir. So I'll be in touch. Got a potential match between Quincy Hill and Ray Anderson.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Yeah. Mad respect to both players. And I even mentioned to Quincy that I think it's kind of cool that we can get some of the old school players that are up in their ears, you know, just to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think they would be bothered by that.
But it's going to be great to get some video footage of these guys for when they're not around anymore, that we can remember the Quincy Hills and Ray Anderson.
Absolutely.
Half a pocket here. Get a 5-0 lead. Second set. No problem. We will now be changing to 10 ball. No, maybe it's Mondays that Quincy can play. maybe it's Monday night. So, yeah, maybe 2 weeks from tomorrow is Quincy and Ray. But we'll get all that ironed out.
Yeah, and we will definitely get it figured out. I agree. It'll be cool to one have footage of such respectable players, but two, with players of that caliber, both of them higher skill level players for sure. It's good to be able to watch and learn from them.
I moved to Hot Springs in 2000, the year 2000. Didn't know. I knew some people. I knew the bartenders around town. As you come to Hot Springs, it's a tourist town. You go out and have some drinks and you meet some people, but certainly nobody that was a friend.
Right. That's really all there is to do in this town is either drink or church. So
good choice.
Yeah.
So of course one of the first things I started doing was looking for pool tournaments around town, and every tournament that I went to was being run by Ray Anderson.
Oh, okay.
So I just, instead of calling the rooms, the bars, who's got a tournament tonight, I finally figured out, hey Ray, where are you hosting a tournament this week?
Kind of like the way people do you. Right? Most of the time they're calling you off to the side saying, hey Mike, what do you got coming up?
Exactly. The neat thing about Ray is he didn't work at any particular place. On a Tuesday night, he might be at Good Time Charlie's. On Wednesday night, he might be at Barbara's 270 Club. They were hiring him in to run their tournaments for him, and he developed such a following that the players followed him around.
It's a pretty nice gig.
Yeah, and he was so nice to me and my father when we moved to town. Quickly became friends with Ray Anderson. I would not be doing what I'm doing today
if it weren't for Ray.
If it wasn't for Ray Anderson. So I have very, very high respect and really love for that man. I'm very excited that we're going to get the chance to get him on one of our showdowns.
He has called the 8-ball here.
Carom rather than the combo.
A nice swing at it.
Don't know if we've mentioned. I'm sorry.
You're good.
I don't know if we mentioned in this broadcast or not about the tournament for next weekend. Certainly want to get that out there again. I think that was. Have we talked about it?
You and I have not.
Okay. Then I guess I haven't.
You may have talked about it with Chris earlier, but no. What do you got?
Next Saturday is the Shoot for the Cure benefit tournament that we're doing here at Doc Penny's. It's not just a pool tournament. We've got a lot of events going on. Shoot for the Cure is a play on words, of course, for Race for the Cure, which I think most people recognize as a Komen Foundation, cancer research, highly respected charity work, of course.
Susan G. Coleman, I believe.
That's it. That is correct. So anything pool related now, it has adopted the Shoot for a Cure. So we're doing a Shoot for the Cure benefit. This is coming Saturday here at Doc Penny's. We're going to have a Scotch Triples tournament. A skill level 15 limit, $120 entry fee. Half of that money will go as a donation. Tournament's not the big thing of the day. We've got raffles going on. We're going to have a fish fry. We're going to sell fish and all the fixings for $10 a plate. 100% of the proceeds will go as a donation. And a lot of other little things this week at Doc Penny's. If you want to come up and Jason Vaughn donated some baseball, football, basketball cards that you can buy for $2 a pack. 100% of that's going. We'll be doing raffles, auctions, 50-50 drawings. A lot of things coming up this Saturday here at Doc Penny's. We're looking to We're looking to raise $2,000 to do our part to try to help find a cure.
Fantastic. Believe I heard you talking. You're gonna have Ron Oakes running the food prep for you.
That is correct.
Very,
Ron,
very good fisherman. Man knows his fish.
he does know his fish, so I think there was no one better to ask to help us, and he jumped immediately. So we do appreciate Ron very, very much for helping us out for this week. But that's the only week we're going to appreciate him.
Right. The rest of the time, it'll just be normal. Hey, it's Ron. How you doing, buddy?
Well, the match appears to be getting out of hand, of course, and it's unfortunate because I think we all know what Brady is capable of. With that said, we don't need to take anything away from Ian. Ian has been shooting pretty spot on today. It's easy to focus on what one guy didn't do. Let's not forget, Ian is shooting very well today.
Oh, absolutely. I think, both players are shooting well. Just that flirting with disaster. Both players shooting well. There's just been a couple rolls here or there that have made all the difference in the world. And I'm sure Brady, when he goes back and watches this, he'll agree that, man, there was just a table roll there I didn't see, or a contact that he didn't anticipate, and just part of it.
So this is a race to 7. I have a feeling that even if this may be the last game here or next game, even though the broadcast may end, I've got a feeling that these two aren't done somehow, some way.
They may have to play one more for pride.
You and I have been on these showdowns. You started basically this whole idea with you and I as roommates.
Sure.
During COVID. We're used to the cameras now. I mean, I've always been. I'm not shy about anything. But there's something to be said the first time in here. You're over here playing by yourself. You know people are watching. You know families watching back home that never gets to watch you play.
That's true. It's something I had not considered. Like you say, you and I have been around this for a little while now, as we've been trying to grow this production for people. And yeah, even earlier when I was shooting, it never occurs to me that, I just flubbed that shot and multiple people are going to see it. I don't even think about the fact that there's a camera up there, and just focus on your shot and nice smooth stroke. That's all you can do.
10 ball might get pocketed here, but the 2 was the call, I think.
That was not the 10 ball. That was the measle ball.
Okay, I'll take that as a commentator curse there. Whatever.
That was a very good attempt.
I'm not indicating at all that Brady is nervous because there are cameras on him. I think there may be some nerves because he wants to put on a good show.
I got you. Yeah, I can see that.
So I want to tell Brady when he goes back and watches this, dude, it's just been a shot or two that you take back 3 different shots, outcomes on 3 shots, and we've got a total different situation. And he knows that, but
that reassurance is nice nonetheless.
Right.
I mean, he doesn't seem like the type that needs attaboys or pats on the back, but just it from your peers, with little stuff like that, it does help your confidence to know that, man, you tried your best. There were a couple rolls here or there that it just wasn't your day. Wasn't your fault. Like going to therapy, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Go ahead.
Were you being the therapist there?
Yes.
Why did that therapist sound like he was the one having issues?
Because all therapists have to have a little bit of issues so that they're empathetic. I think it's a prerequisite.
Second career for me then, huh?
Yeah.
Because I certainly have issues.
Yeah. To be able to help others out, you got to be a little effed up yourself.
Unlucky on the leave to not be able to see the 4. Can't give the love back to Ian. Looks like Ian can see all of this 4 to be able to cut it in the corner. I come up with great ideas. We know this.
I'm waiting.
But for real, I think I might have come up with one of my better ones. Friday night we were hosting, yesterday we were hosting Jack and Jill Scotch doubles. We had 11 teams, great turnout. Everybody had a lot of fun. Congratulations to all the players that cashed. At some point, I was quite enjoying the fact that when couples that played together, not everybody that plays in a Jack and Jill is married or together
or involved. They're just
involved.
friends.
Right.
Yeah.
But the couples that played together, whether they're married or dating or whatever, in between matches, would not sit next to you. They were across the room, not whatever. Win, lose,
So you figured out a way to combine Scotch doubles with couples counseling?
Yes. On call counseling during Jack and Jill tournaments.
Mm.
I mean, does that not the perfect opportunity? I mean, in-house. While you're waiting for your next match, come have a seat.
Right. Lay on Dr. Freud's couch. Interesting concept. But as any of you who deal with issues from time to time know, that conversation with a therapist can end in tears, and that's the last thing you want in the pool hall.
Well, so do some Scotch doubles combinations.
Yes.
They end in tears as well.
Yeah, typically when you and I play, I leave you in such a fashion that there are tears involved.
Ian's just hitting the ball very well today. All the unfortunate rolls for Brady. Ian is capitalizing.
I would go so far as to say that Ian is stroking it like it's his job. Do with that what you will.
I will not do anything involved with Ian and stroking.
All right.
Speaking of, I'm going to have to on this one.
Yeah, he's going to have to put a little oomph on this one.
And he did.
Just come on back here. Come to Daddy.
A little touchy here on the 9, but
He'll probably play the 9 down in the corner and leave himself reasonable shape for pin in the side.
back cuts kind of turning into one of my favorite shots. I'd rather, it's just a cut is all it is, but iron ball kind of rolled this way a little bit, but that's due part maybe into the table, but when you back cut it, it does put on some inadvertent outside spin too.
Right.
So it was exaggerated.
A little bit of a twisted sister.
He didn't make that shot when he hit it. Ready a 2-ball out here. Speaking of back cut, why is the 10 in the top corner a back cut and the 10 in the bottom corner cut?
I mean, it's right there in front of you. It's not difficult geometry, but
Nice shot. We did something yesterday in our Jack and Jill tournament that I had yet to implement in a tournament,
okay.
and it is going to be an addition. It was a hit. I liked it, and unfortunately, I think I have John Falco to thank for it.
Are they staying? Okay, that was 8-ball. We're now moving
No,
back.
that was 10-ball.
Okay.
The last few games have been 10-ball.
Okay, sorry. My apologies. Continue with your Falco segment.
We have to have a Falco segment every broadcast. He mentioned to me something called jackpot chips in a pool tournament. Instead of doing an auction for Calcutta, instead of doing a side pot, you give every team, every person, whatever you're playing, an opportunity to purchase chips. Right here.
10-ball and the cue ball.
Right. 10-ball's not I don't think was a winner anyway on the break, but you had to scratch. So, I think most everybody knows how side pots and auctions and Calcuttas work. It's just extra money.
I just know how chips work. But go ahead. Continue.
You're already bored with my story, I can tell.
My apologies.
Jackass. Every team had the opportunity to purchase 2 chips. $10, I think, no, $20, $10 per chip. If you don't, that's fine. But when you play a match against another team that purchased chips,
You take their chip,
you take 1 chip,
and then you cash out at the end of the night.
and then you cash out at the end of the night.
Okay. I like it.
You play somebody that doesn't have a chip, your chips are safe, win or lose.
Okay. I mean, it's not a bad idea.
So you're a team that wins 2 matches but loses 2. You're getting your $20 investment back.
Right.
We had a team that finished 4th place, won out of the money yesterday, had $40 in chips. So they still profited $20. I mean, they still got $20 back.
Right. Even though they weren't in the official money.
Correct.
That's pretty neat.
Winning teams, they chopped. So we had 11 teams. So we had $220 in extra money. Every team bought in for the chips. You win 1 match, you're going to be guaranteed $10 back. You win 2 matches, you're guaranteed to break even on that. It's pretty neat.
So the only thing they chopped was the prize purse. They just kept the chip count that they had.
Correct.
Okay.
And what we did yesterday, I don't like announcing that I'm ever going to do money added, but I did add money yesterday because I appreciated the teams that showed up. So what I did yesterday, teams that bought a chip for $10, I bought their second chip for $10.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So Doc Penny's ended up adding $110 yesterday. That 110 got spread out to more teams than had I just added money to the purse.
Right. It's good thinking. Gives more people incentive to buy into the side pot.
Which in turn, potentially more money for the better teams anyway.
Sure.
I think it's something that we're going to continue to do for the most part.
Gonna jump this one. All right. We're going to send out the search and rescue team to collect the cue ball on that one.
Ian pulling double duty. he searched and rescued.
Oh boy.
Do that again when he's listening, please.
He's just a good boy. For the dog people out there, dog owners.
I'm glad you clarified.
right. No. Yeah. No, the puppy parents, if you will. I think we all have a dog voice, and that's my dog voice. She's a good girl. There's a big sweetie. I've got a big monkey face. Oh, it's so pretty.
So how do you talk to your dog?
Well played, sir. I recall stories of you having a pup named Leo,
Leonard
Beagle.
Leonard the Beagle.
Did you have a dog voice that you would use when you would converse with him? Or do you recall? I know that's been a while.
We communicated by email.
Okay. You got mail.
Obviously a defensive play coming up here. He's going to try to... Doesn't want the 4 ball to get to the in rail. He's trying to squeeze the cue ball in between the rail and the 5. A little touchy here that if you hit this too soft, you end up not getting the rail.
And you refer to it as a defensive play. I think that's the perspective of the player. From his standpoint, it's defensive. From his player standpoint, it's just offensive.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna call it for shits and giggles. Too much.
Sorry for the delay. I was reading an email from Leonard.
Dear Daddy, you are such a good puppy parent. Love, Renard.
P.S. Rain treats.
Right. P.S. You may want a new set of slippers.
Why is my doggy bed in the washing machine?
I love this joke. Why? Oh.
I'm working on it.
I know.
Unfortunately,
I hear the wheels a turning.
they're a little slow. We're grinding. Why is the doggy bed in the washing machine?
To get to the other side. No, wait.
Probably funnier than what I'm going to end up coming up with.
Okay.
Yep, nothing.
Okay.
Usually we have Gerald Falco on here listening to help us with our jokes that get way out of line.
Yeah. He can usually chime in and keep us on the crooked path.
Man, we do appreciate it. Everybody that's tuned in. These are getting more and more fun for me personally. Quality of the equipment and the video that Andy is providing for us is so much better. I mean, it's horrible earlier, Andy. Jeez.
It was horrendous.
Hideous.
Okay, so that guy hit a ball and it may have gone in a pocket. Yeah.
But I love that people keep tuning in, and we're developing regulars that are our people that are watching. And
Thank you for being our followers.
if there was 2 people every time, I would tell your mother and my mother that we're just going to quit.
Right. Thanks, moms.
Love here. Yep. So, if Brady were smart here,
I don't know that I'd word it that way, but continue.
he would tag in Andy Moss, because you made 2 of these kick shots today, sir. One of them on an 8-ball.
Did I?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I will take your word for it.
Yeah, when you go back and watch, if you go back and watch, but no, I'm not dogging you Brady at all, but you had almost this exact shot and made it.
Yeah, when I was playing Jason earlier, and we were kind of talking off to the side as we were playing, I asked him about one of the rules, just making sure that we were on the same page, and oh no, that's what it was. I was discussing whether or not we were going to take a break halfway through the set, and he said, whatever you want to do is fine, whatever's easiest on you. I said, well, in that case, I'm going to go ahead and tag in Mike and just let him finish the rest of the set for me.
Aw, thanks. Considering the bank, he's considering the kick, and almost, all or nothing type of shots. Can't afford to give up an easy shot.
Since these guys are APA teammates, you think he can call a timeout and get his teammate to advise him? Beautiful kick. Beautiful.
Pretty much what you did as well earlier. Is to get to 6-2. Nothing easy about this, but
No, I missed more than a couple of these today.
did very well.
Beautiful. Don't do that.
Very well.
Flirting with the side pocket.
No quit in Sir Brady. Brady's not quitting.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I know you were sleeping. Sorry. Where were you? Still trying to answer my corny joke that I still don't have a punchline for?
No, honestly, I think my brain just kind of shut down for a second. I don't even know what I was thinking about. It was kind of dead air in my mind for a minute.
It was nice, wasn't it?
It was so wonderful. My favorite part of the day is going to sleep because I know everything shuts down. Well, my knowledge of everything shuts down.
Travis checking up on us all afternoon and evening. We appreciate that very much.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Got the thumbs up from Travis.
He is here to service you, is what he just said, I think, in so many words.
The patrons.
Oh, okay.
So, if you would like to come in and be serviced by Travis,
Boy.
he'll be here till close.
Here comes the flood of cars now. Oh. Is Kelly watching the stream? You don't care. Honey, I was on the clock. Mike is asshole boss.
Remember to tip your server. Not just the tip, but tip your server.
Ian's setting up for the bank that's got a little bit of help from the 6 ball here. Big target. Watch 7 people walk in. after we said that. I heard there was $5 pool and some service jobs available.
Right.
Travis is your guy.
Okay. That reminds me of a joke.
Okay.
All right.
Is there an actual punchline to this joke?
No, this one's, yeah.
Okay, good. Let's complete a joke.
So the guy walks into the bar. Behind the bar, there's a sign that reads, cheese sandwiches, $2. Hand jobs, $5. He looks at the barmaid and says, excuse me, ma'am. Are you the one that gives the hand jobs? Why, yes, I am. Okay, go wash your hands and make me a cheese sandwich.
I like it.
An oldie but a goodie.
Yeah, that is, yeah. I've never heard it. Quite impressed. That's
Not impressed by the quality, just the fact that it's one you have not heard.
well. I'm impressed that it's better than your usual attempts.
This is true.
It wasn't the groaner.
Yeah.
They thought you were
No,
going.
no, you were setting me up for something, and I thought, nah, I'm not even gonna do that one.
Oh yeah, please. I really thought you were going to tell the alligator and the man you have to, or the woman that you have to sleep with, our joke. Have you ever, does that ring a bell to you?
I'm not familiar with that one.
Well, this match we may be in trouble. Oh yeah, there was pool to be played. We'll save this joke for another night. How
Okay.
about that?
Gotcha. So that is the end of it. They were, as we mentioned, this was a Masters race, doing 10 ball instead of 9 ball. Race to 7. Ian won the first set, and again, Ian has won the second set. Both players shot very respectably today. Obviously, Ian came out on top, but we appreciate the guys coming out to play, coming down from Little Rock to play here at Doc Penny's in Hot Springs. Appreciate Doc Penny's putting it on, allowing me to live stream at their request. Mike, I appreciate all your commentary help today. It's been fantastic. Appreciate everybody tuning in.
And I appreciate you buttering me up. Seriously, yeah. Thank you, Andy. Great job, great production. I get messages throughout the week that I know you don't see or hear of people that enjoy this. So big kudos to you, sir.
All right. Thank you so much. Again, please remember to like, share, follow the Billiards Camera on Facebook and YouTube. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate all your support. And we will catch you guys
Tomorrow night.
tomorrow night. That is correct. Thanks.